Hi, my name is Ouija. I live in Anchorage, Alaska, and I have a bunch of citrus trees, like many of you do. I found myself in a situation where I needed to treat my citrus trees, but I can't take them outside to do that. So I put together a little quarantine space in my garage, and I assembled a couple of light systems that are very light in weight. They are inexpensive, and they're easy to build, and they're not perfect, but they work quite well. I'm going to put one together and I'm going to share with you how I did it. Let me go over the supply list that you'll need to do this if you're going to build them yourself. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to need one piece of 1x2x8 lumber, as you can see here. You're going to need two of these lights here. These are 7,000 lumen 6500K LED shop lights. They're T8s. And then the one immediately next to it is a 4,000 lumen tunable T8 4-foot light. You'll need one of the tunable ones and two of the 6500 Kelvin lights. You'll need some chain to hang the lights from. Here's the chain I bought for this in my garage. You'll need some eyes. You can mix and match on this. You can do the eyes that you want. These are the eyes that I'm using to connect to the ceiling, and I'm putting them into a stud. You'll need one package of those, and you'll need two packages of these. These are just little 1 inch by 1.5 inch brass plated cup hooks. So that's the stuff that you'll need. I've put together a spreadsheet that has all the pricing information on it so that you can see that, and I'll share the description of that down below. It also has a place for you to calculate how much chain you need to buy to complete this project. First thing you're going to want to do is measure and cut your 1x2 to 48 inches. They're 8 feet long, so 48 inches, 4 feet, that cuts it in half. So I'm marking it right here at 48 inches. Next, you're going to drill some guide holes for the cup hooks that are going to connect it to the chain, and also for the mounting hardware for the lights. You're going to need 2 drill holes for the cup hooks, and I'm using a very, very small, I don't know what size, but it's very, very thin, and I've already marked it compared to another one that I have. So I'm going to one there. Then on the other side, you need to drill 3 guide holes, and going to drill one here, one here, and then this original one was only made with 2 mounting brackets, but I'm going to add a third. So we're going to put that one 2 feet in from the end. So it's dead center in the middle. So there's 2 feet right there. We're going to drill them in both of them. I'm going to attach the cup hooks that are going to go on the top side of the bar. And as you can see, I already have one of these measured and made. So I'm going to start that cup hook. I can screw it by hand. At least I can get it started by hand. I think I can probably get it in all the way. Notice I'm aiming the hooks out, because that's what you're going to want. That's what you're going to want, is to have the hooks pointed outwards. When you purchase these lights, they will come with a small package of mounting hardware. We're going to be most interested in these 2 metal clips and the 2 wood screws that you have right there. So as I mentioned, I've already started one of these, so I'm going to finish attaching the clips. So the screw goes through from the inside of the clip to the outside. I'm going to set it right in the guide hole, because who doesn't love a power tool? Now, I just tightened it too much. You don't want to tighten it all the way down, because you're going to need it to rotate a little bit when you assemble it. So I'm backing it out. So these are all set to assemble now, but I'm going to put the hanging hardware in the ceiling first. I'm standing on top of a ladder, so I'm not going to record this, but I'm going to drill 1/8 inch guide holes for these 1/4 inch bolts. Okay, so I've mounted the eyes into the ceiling. Now I'm going to take my chain and I'm going to cut it to length. I calculated that I needed 24 feet of chain total. Okay, so I'm going to match the ends. So that we've matched the ends. Doesn't need to be exact, it just needs to be in the ballpark, because I've built a bunch of slop in. And then we cut it. So we can find the middle of this length. And then this is the center here. And that's the part that we're going to connect to the hanger. There, now we've hung them both. Now it's time to assemble the light. Now to assemble the lights, it's simply a matter of pressing the light frame into the mounting hardware. And it's a little sticky, but not too bad. You just take it, press it, and it clicks into place. 6500 Kelvin one. The one I'm putting in the middle is the tunable one. The springs are definitely springy. There we go. The other 6500 one that goes on the end. Okay, so it's mostly assembled. So the one thing we need to do now is we need to match the lengths of the bulbs that extend beyond. It's easiest if you make it so that they go pretty much all the way to the end. Now it's time to hang it. Okay, in this particular case, I'm going to hang it so that the lights run back and forth this way, because the other light is right there and I can power it off of that light, which has a timer on it. That way they'll both go on at the same time. So now you have it hung, and you can adjust how high you want it. I want this one a little bit higher, so I'm going to move it up a little bit. Okay. So that's pretty close to level and about where I want it. One thing you'll notice about it is it's not very stable like this. But that's easy to fix. What you can do is you can just take some mason's twine and run it diagonally between the eyes, between the hooks, and that will firm it up. It'll make it so you can't. So the way you get power to these is these cables come with each light when you buy them in a pack. I bought the 6500 Kelvin ones in packs of 10, and the tunable ones in packs of 6. So they come with these cables. All you need to do is just plug them right into the ends, and you can daisy chain them. So the power will go from this one to this one, and then I'm going to put one from there to the other one. And then to get power to it, I'm going to connect it to that one. So I'm going to connect the end of this. Straight into the end of this one over here. Now, one last thing. These super bright white lights are too blue. So this middle one is tunable, and I believe the tuning thing's right here. There's a little switch right here on the side, and you can change the color of the light. So as you can see, it's much more red. Even though these are not high fidelity lights, this light is good enough to get you through. You'll notice over here I have my hibiscus plants. They don't look great. They had a big bug problem, but they've been living under these lights for a couple months, and they're growing and blooming just fine. A couple other things I didn't mention yet. One of them is this is what I'm using for a timer. It is just a Bluetooth enabled indoor plug that's smart, and you can set it up to go on and off at whatever time you like. These are less than $20, I think, or about $25 at Home Depot, and the app to control it is free. And I'm doing a lot of stuff with the Home Depot Hub Space app, which is what you use to control this. The other thing I'm doing is I'm keeping track of the temperature. I have a little temperature sensor right there. It beams the temperature information to me in my home computer, so I can keep track of what the temperatures are here in the garage, and they typically range between about 55 and 70. So that's how I put together those lights. Like I mentioned, they're very easy to build. They're very light in weight. They weigh about 8 pounds. They're very inexpensive. $65 is what it cost me to build each one of those light systems. Down below, I'm putting a copy of a spreadsheet that you can access, and it has a list of all of the parts. And it also has a simple calculator that you can use if you're deciding to build one to let you know how much chain that you need. I hope if you build one, you'll let me know that you did it. Thanks for watching.